Hey, ladies. This is my very first time using this feature on Facebook here, the live audio room. And so um, I didn't notify anybody and I didn't post anything about it, but I just figured I'd hop on here and share a few thoughts. And the thoughts that I have for you all today is what does it mean to be in alignment? Okay, we hear this thrown around so much, right? Um, People talk about alignment. Well, first of all, what does that mean? Second of all, what does that have to do with you, right? Um, and how can you, you know, why does it matter? So, first of all, what alignment basically means is that your thoughts, feelings, and actions are all on the same page. And so, what that means is that the degree with which you carry out any sort of activity flows easier and more smoothly. Now, the reason why women like us typically don't think about alignment is because we're able to make things happen not being in alignment, right? We're just so driven and go-getters and making things happen and high achievers. It's the way we've been our whole lives. It feels like we're almost wired that way. And so we've never actually stopped to think about, well, what do I feel or any of those things. It's just like, no, this is just what I do. I win, I succeed, I check boxes. You just keep going and going and going, and kind of really the thinking really isn't really active, right? It's just what you do. You just feel compelled to keep moving forward. So that's the challenge, right? That's why a lot of times you may feel like, who cares? Or what are you talking about? But as you continue on in this entrepreneurship journey, you're going to find that the amount of effort that you had to expend to get you to your first 5-figure year or your first 6-figure year, um, it can lead you to a place of where you might start to feel burned out or might take the joy or the desire out of what it is that you're doing. And what you are unable to put your finger on is the fact that what's actually driving you is not in alignment. Your thoughts, your feelings, and actions are not in alignment. You're basically just taking actions without considering how you feel, without really examining your thoughts and setting them intentionally so that everything can flow more smoother and easier for you. And listen, if you're in the earlier stages of your business, this is something that you want to really kind of try to nail down right away. It's there are definitely fundamental pieces that you need to have of every business, right? Sometimes you'll hear people talk about the energetics of it, and that has to do with your being in alignment, your thoughts, your feelings, etc. However, there are some fundamental pieces that, yes, you do need to have as a part of your business that you may not initially enjoy. Okay. For some, that the huge thing is sales. But the key to that is finding the right person to teach you how to sell in a way that's in alignment with who you are, your personality, your way of being, the type of women that you help, et cetera, et cetera. And so, how can you get into alignment? Well, first of all, you have to be in a place emotionally to where you're actually able to sit with yourself. And a lot of times, the reason why this is challenging is because there's so much emotional gunk swirling around, so many things from our childhood, so many limiting beliefs that are just driving the programming in our brains, just driving us and pushing us relentlessly in this direction. And we don't really know, we're not aware of it. Okay. And so part of it is the need to make what's going on unconscious conscious, allowing the space to work through those things so that they're no longer, running and keeping you from figuring out what actually feels good. See, sometimes we're such in the habit of doing that we don't stop to say, should I? That it's like, who cares? Yeah, of course I should. This is what it's going to take for me to win, or what it's going to take for me to succeed. You know, it, is it is it something that you should do though? Maybe it worked for her or him, but is it going to work for you? Because who you are is an individual and you're different from everybody else, if that makes sense. And so it does require you to do some deep digging, some deep emotional work to clear all of that out of your mind, of your body, so that you now have the space to really get in touch, reconnect with who you are emotionally, really begin to understand who you really are, who you were before all the conditioning, the messaging, and the limiting beliefs and experiences and bullying and all the crap that you dealt with that caused you to become the person you are, which is usually guarded and with some form of armor so that you're able to make it. And that disconnection from your emotions has worked for you. It's the reason why you challenges mean nothing. You jump over obstacles like that wasn't anything. But that disconnection is why you can't get into alignment, because you have to understand how you really feel and give yourself permission to feel it and not judge it, not view it as a weakness, a waste of time. Oh, I don't want to cry. All this stuff, right? Sometimes we can waste our energy being mad at the feelings instead of just actually feeling the feelings. Because when we feel the feelings, we allow them to process, and then they go on about their business. It's gone. It's over. That's the beautiful thing about the process I do with my clients is I tell them, I'm like, this is the last time you're going to have to talk about this. You don't have to bring this up anymore. We're going there. We're dealing with it, and that's it. And so that's just what I wanted to share with you today. And I also want to tell you this too. Doing deep emotional healing work, creating the space within yourself so that you're able to have the mental freedom to really get into alignment, to really design a life, create a life, a marriage, a business that, and even the way you look at yourself, right? Being able to do that in a way that fosters a sense of peace within, a sense of calm within, doesn't mean that you have to stop everything else that you're doing in your life and focus on this. No, you do it at the same time, right? You can't like pause your business and say, okay, I'm just not going to make any money until I go through my healing process. Absolutely not. No, you keep doing your business and making money, but just know and understand that as you go through your process and as you peel back these layers and as parts of you become more clear, more healed, you will feel yourself shifting. You will feel yourself seeing things differently, because what's happening is you are actually slipping, falling into alignment. You're coming into alignment. And it's not like once aligned, always aligned. It's a daily process to figure out what the results are that we want, and then how to bring our thoughts, feelings, and actions into alignment so that we're able to produce those results without all the pressure, the forcing, the negative self-talk, etc. So that's all I wanted to hop on here and share with you today. I hope that you found it very helpful. And if you have any questions or comments or thoughts, please, I don't know how this post is going to show up in the group. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, but I want to thank you for listening. And yes, please let me know your thoughts, your comments.